Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Travis, this is my good friend, his name is Bailey, and today we are here to pick up this 1970 Ford long bed 3/4 ton with I believe a 390. Let's just take a walk around it real quick and see what we're working with. Bailey actually found this truck, and this thing is pretty clean actually. I have never seen it before. Bailey's seen it. He came over here and made the deal on it. I can tell it's got some aftermarket rims on there. Some, let's see, what, 2, 4, 8 lug rims, definitely a 3/4 ton. But look at the bottom of it. Clean on the bottom, has all the aluminum trim. That one's missing, but I'm not sure. It could be in the bed. Haven't quite looked in here yet. We got a whole mess of things to go through. We got a creeper, a snap-on creeper. That's nice. Got some old oil. What were they using for oil? 530. These are all full. They could be full of like used oil, you know. Yeah. See, sometimes people take. Is that water or oil? I don't know. What is this? It smells like rusty antifreeze maybe. But we have lots of fluid, lots of stuff they're probably using for maintenance. Old fluid that maybe was drained out of it. Some GTX, oil drain pan, some boxes, got some old tires and rims in there. Not 100% sure if that's for this truck. Got all the emblems on the back, tail light, lenses, bumper, everything. Now all the paint's gone from the license plate, but it looks like it was last registered in 2002, so this hasn't ran in, I mean, I'm gonna say 20 years at least, you know. This is a sport custom camper special because the emblems on the front say camper special, I think. These rat's nest out here are bad because we have a lot of cactus and they just thorns everywhere. So looks like somebody put an auxiliary tank in it, but if this was a camper special, it might have had 2 tanks from the factory. See, it says camper special. Like that Dodge I just did a video on, it was a camper special and it had 2 tanks from the factory. So let's get in here and see what we can find. Look at that. All complete. I mean, it's just like a clean, original, untouched vehicle, honestly. I mean, it's exactly how you would want to find something, you know? Got headlight switch. That might be for your auxiliary tank, you know, like back and forth through the tanks. Wiper washer. We got fuel gauge. It's showing 15,027 miles, which is probably, I'm going to guess 115,000. 15,000 original miles would be insane. Probably not. So this does not look good. Hopefully that is not from this engine. Probably is. Some bent push rods there. She said that it was parked because like some bad gas got in it and they bent a rod, which could mean bent push rods, which could be these. Got an air cleaner here. Fire extinguisher, glove box, radio. Looks like a radio with a cassette player. Got your heater controls. Let's take a look underneath real quick and then we'll get under the hood. Looks like we have floorboards, clean as a pin. And don't you love Southwest trucks? People from the Midwest and the East are screaming through the screen right now. Absolutely. I mean, you could eat off it under here. The distributor cap's off, plug wires are off, but the engine's together, valve covers and everything, so I don't know if they took they might have took the valve covers off, took the push rods out, rocker arms could be off underneath there. They might have tried to diagnose it or whatever, but it's all there minus some piddly stuff. Got radiator hoses. Ow, gosh, dang it. All right, let's see if it turns over. Like, just see if it's locked up. Turns over a little bit. See that? Let's see if it turns. Oh, okay, at least the spark plugs are in it. Oh, here's the cap. Let's see if the linkage is locked up. Yeah, Ooh, it's actually free. That's a good sign. So, I don't know. We'll dig into it when we get back to the house and actually see. Let's see if it has any oil in it. Where's the dipstick on this thing? Here we go. Oh, dude, I swear. These freaking... It's got oil. Full of oil. Is this thing... Oh, it's a manual, so we can't check that. Let's just see what's going on underneath here. I mean, there's traces of brake fluid, but, you know, it's empty. She's a crusty critter. Well, this thing had 2 batteries? What in the world? I mean, that looks like 2 battery trays, which is kind of weird. Let's check the radiator fluid. Nothing. Yep. Typical. This is to be expected. We have pretty much no factory options. Like, it's got an alternator and a fan and a harmonic balancer. There's no air conditioning, not even any power steering, which is crazy. Wait, why do you think they had 2 batteries?
So yeah, one was for the engine and one was auxiliary. So for these trucks, sometimes they had PTOs, sometimes they had camper shell on the back, and they could run power to the camper for like super basic stuff, lights.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually, to run that off of, yeah. Oh, it's got cab lights.
It's tough.
Cab lights are tough, yeah. These are like what they call West Coast mirrors.
I like them.
These California West Coast mirrors, these are neat. That's what my my Dodge Camper Special I just sold had these.
Hey, good for towing.
Yeah.
The right wing window, weather stripping on it,
Yeah.
it has a little whistle when you go down the road.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
I like stuff like that because, you know.
It gives it character.
Yeah, it gives it character. Your dad bought it brand new?
My dad bought it brand new in 1970. Him and my uncle had a matching one, but his was blue and ours was green. I got it after my dad died. My dad died in '88. And then it ended up coming to me, and then I've had it from '88 till, right now. I drove it until either 2002 or 2005, I think was the tags on it. Then that's when I started having my eye problems and losing sight, and just a bunch of surgery, so we just kind of went to the wayside. And Dad went and changed the front end on it to make it turn tighter. He did the shifter where it had to have a bend in the shift to make it easier to drive, because my mom drove it a lot. She was short like me, so I was trying to make it easier for her to drive. I basically learned how to drive on it when I was 8. And I was driving a lot when I was 12. That's sadly the dent in the back there. I hit a tree, because it's being too cool to use the mirrors. So after that, I learned to use the dang mirrors. The door that's a little bit dent right there, I ran away from home at 15, and my mom loaned the truck to a couple of my friends to go look for me, and they went on a joyride.
Oh my gosh.
And they hit a tree.
A lot of these are filled with oil, so.
Before we suck this thing up on the trailer, I'm gonna get all that Troya and all these stickers. I've already poked myself 10,000 times. You don't want to roll the tires through that just for fun, These tires actually, what's crazy is, I don't know, these don't look dry rotted. Like, you'll see it around the sidewall really bad, they're dry rotted, and these don't look dry rotted. And look at the tread. And you know how much a set of tires are these days? Like $600 to $1,000 for a set of tires. The first 2 numbers of the week of manufacture, so the 32nd week of 03. So these tires are 21 years old. '02, so it might have been last registered in '02, and then they might have ran it for a year or two after. So these tires, they put them on and then parked it. So they're brand new, but 21 years old, and I'm surprised they're not more dry rotted. Usually they're cracked all crazy. But
luckily it was under this carport.
yeah, actually they look pretty good. I found the culprit, yep. The whole thing too. Jeez. Should put that on the dash.
What are you going to name him?
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull. I want the front of it inside. And if you're getting too off kilter, I'll tell you. Hey, you know, you ever held a flashlight for your dad? This is that experience. You gotta follow what I'm doing. You gotta straighten out your wheel. There you go. Turn it the other way. Straighten it out. All right, we got it. Huh? Yeah, you're free. Thanks, babe. No, that was good. You did good. All right, everybody say thanks to Emily. She did this in her work stuff. She helped me get in that big old nasty truck and do that. Good job. So now that we have it in here, I remember this is really hard now. Before we do anything, I think I'm gonna lube those hood hinges. We got a whole slew of stuff to figure out. If it's got compression, if it'll turn over all the way 360, what's locked up, what's not. Before we start tearing into it, I think we got to clean off the inside of this engine bay. It is absolutely filthy from top to bottom. Stickers, rat poop, I mean, just level with it on the engine. So, and then we'll start diagnosticating. While I was cleaning things up, found a few things. Found the coil, and I found the return spring for the throttle. So, and I found the bolt for it. So I'll just go ahead and throw them back on while we're thinking about it. Don't lose them. Amazingly, here's the cap, rotor's over here, and all the spark plug wires plus the coil wire is not 8. All these wires are intact, all the engine harness stuff. I think these go to the coil because there's no nuts on the coil, and these have like boots on them to stick on the end. These are all there. All the wires that go over here to the battery is all intact. I think one wire I've seen is 8.5. Let's take these valve covers off because she already alluded to the problem that bent push rods, bad gas, there's some push rods in the floor. So we'll go ahead and take these valve covers off. I can already see a bolt missing off of this, so someone's had these off. Inside of that valve cover looks pristine. Like my 62 Caddy that I'm working on, if they're not changing the oil and they're, you know, not maintaining it, there'll be just crud and cake and black tar. That is pristine right there, actually. Now, I obviously don't want to put the cart before the horse and call everything good, but man, that looks clean enough to eat off of. But push rod missing, push rod missing. Yeah, this is loose. Wasn't even tight. Ooh, there's a bolt back there. Clean enough to eat off. Oh my gosh, wow. Look, there's even still a dribble of oil on the top of the spring. Look at that. After 20 some years, there's still a little dab of oil there. So this one, boom, 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 boom. Got them all. They don't look bent from here. Let me get a light on them. And looking down in there, I mean, I see a little bit of debris, but these look straight as an arrow. Yeah, those look straight. That one's not stuck. That one is. See it going down and not back up. Not stuck. Not stuck. Not stuck. Not stuck. Yeah? That one's stuck. That one's not stuck. Yeah. Not stuck. Good. 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 Kind of hard to get a good hit on these back ones. Let's see, how many of those push rods did we have in here? I didn't even look. One, two, three, four. I don't know if these were to this engine. Do those have balls on the end of them like that? So this one out of the truck and this one that was in the driver's seat are perfect. Same one. So we have two total that are missing from the engine itself. Here's a good one out of the engine. Here's two good ones that were in the driver's seat. Two straight ones, perfectly straight. And then here's two bent ones. So did they have problems running it? Took the two bent ones out, went and got two good ones, never put it together? I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me. We do have two good ones to replace the two bent ones if we can get these valves unstuck though. I'll have to wire wheel these up real quick. Pour a little marble on these valves. Spray them up with some PB in there. So the story keeps getting weirder and weirder. I'm pretty sure I got both of these valves loose now. I mean, this one's obviously better. This one comes up a little bit slower, but it's still coming up, and it'll probably free up. And then this one, not as springy, but it comes up. See it coming up slowly. So I was going to put the push rods in, put the rocker arm assembly on, bust these off and check for compression, but I noticed something odd. If you look down in there, you can see the lifter, and then if you look here, you don't see a lifter. Right down there you can see there's a lifter, but here it almost looks like the camshaft. But that, oh, that's a lifter down in there. Look at that. That's a lifter. So I don't know how to fish that upright and put it down in its hole or what. Because if I can't get down in there with a magnet or something and like fish it and pull it up, you know, one side of it up and let it slip down in that hole, I mean, we're stuck busting the whole intake off of this thing and just for one little lifter. So let me attempt to fish it around and get it in there. I don't know, I've never tried this. So, you know, I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. Let's give it, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm probably not gonna film it because it's just gonna be very tedious and you can't see what I'm doing anyway. All right, after a little bit of finesse and a $9 magnet from Harbor Freight, we got the lifter fished back in there, sat back down in its hole, and I looked at the lobe of the cam and it didn't look that bad. Because if the lobe of the cam is like all black, you know, because like it's silver, you know, it's got like a plating on it or some coating, or it's built up, or nickel, I don't know what they put on it, but when they start getting wiped, they look black in the center where they've been hitting the lobe of that lifter. And camshaft looked good, the lobe didn't look all wore out and black. The one in that 48 Chevy that we did videos on, that cam, every lobe was like black, black, black. You know, you could see that plating on the sides, but in the middle. So anyway, camshaft looked okay, lifters in it. We'll put the push rods in it, and then we'll put the rocker arm assembly back on it, and then we'll try and crank it over. We can actually try and crank it over. I'll probably pull the plugs out, you know, and put stuff down the cylinders, see if we have compression and stuff. All right, make sure the push rod is in the center of the lifter. So I read these are supposed to be torqued to 40 to 45 foot-pounds. So we'll go ahead and do that. Take these plug wires off, take the spark plugs out. Start digging down into those cylinders and seeing what's up there. Alright, spark plugs 1, 3, 5, and 7 look good. Nothing weird at all. I mean, that's beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see. And cylinders 2, 4, and 6 are all the exact same. All got like a black sooty burn, but no fouling, oil, no rust or anything like that. So yeah, I'm totally happy with that. So before we go get a battery, I'm going to pour some Marvel down the cylinders, cranks. If it cranks, you know, they'll have something in it. And I always catch a lot of flack anytime I don't put something down the cylinders. People say, why'd you crank it dry? You can't do that, you're ruining the motor. Now I gotta say, I've never ruined a motor by not doing this, but I would agree that it's probably a good idea. Cool. Ooh. I don't know what that sound is. Oh, I hear the radio. Oh yeah. That's cool. Wow, would you look at that? I think I hear a turn signal too. Oh yeah, look at that. I still don't know what that clicking is. Ooh. Oh yeah. It sprayed all that marble all over the inner fender, so it works. That's good. That's real good. See if we can't bypass it ourselves and take this boot off just a little bit. Let's watch all these valves over here. Seems to be working. Yep. All right, all the valves are working. And I know I got a mess everywhere with that Marvel Mist Oil, which I didn't really want to do, but I think it's good to crank it like that before you put the compression gauge on it. Just because you could have all that fluid in there and then you could put this on it and then hydrolock it. And you don't want to do that. Oh wow. These spark plugs are bigger than what I got for a gauge. I have a diesel compression gauge checker. I don't know, I guess we could try it. The only thing that makes me worried is if you look at the spark plug and you look at this, when you screw it in, the spark plug's only protruding this much. But this, I mean, look how far into the cylinder it'd be going in. I don't know if this is going to hit the top of the piston or not. So, Alright, so I just took a second, and what I did was I put my pick down in the cylinder, and I grabbed the fan and moved the engine, and I moved it to where the pick was going up, and then it started going down, you know, so I was getting as close to top dead center as possible, and then I screwed it down in there, you know, and it's not hitting. So I think as long as I don't screw it all the way down, we'll be alright. So, and I turned the motor with it in there, like a hand turned it, and it didn't bind, so. There we go. Alright, we got 100 on that one. Wow. Good Lord, we got 150. 150, that's really good. 150. 100. that's killer. Killer compression, man. 150. 140. One more to go. 100. This thing's gonna run good. So now that we know that it has compression, here's my best guess as to what happened. She said it got parked because they ran some bad gas through it and it bent a couple of rods. Did bend a couple of push rods. What happened is the truck probably sat for some years. Somebody tried to crank it up, and either the valves got stuck from sitting just over time, or bad gas can bend push rods. What happens is you can run a vehicle off of kind of junky gas, but when you shut it off is the problem, because that gunky gas makes the valves stick, and then when you go to crank it, it'll bend the push rods. But I just think it wasn't ran for a long time, and it sat for some years. Trying to crank it up did it. Well, anyway, once they finally got it running, it ran like crap, and it wouldn't stop running like crap. And they were like, all right, what's the problem? The distributor hold down is off of it, and the distributor cap was off of it is because they're probably trying to work the timing and see if they could get the timing right and see if they could get it to run better. And they came to the conclusion that this isn't working, this is a deeper problem, you know. They took the valve covers off, saw those two bent push rods. They said, all right, easy enough. That's why there's two good push rods in the driver's seat. My theory as to what happened is this was all fresh, is that they had just ran this and there was fresh oil all over the motor. And what can happen is oil can sometimes create sort of a suction effect a little bit, and maybe when they pulled that push rod out, they might have accidentally pulled that lifter out at the same time. And once they pulled that lifter out and it got cockeyed in there, they thought, well, we're done now. I don't know how to get that back in there. We're gonna have to take the motor apart, and we can't pay someone to do that. And they got in over their heads maybe, and they said, all right, we'll just park it. I don't know how to get that. We just pulled the friggin' lifter out. Motor's done. So the next thing we gotta work through is the ignition system, make sure we have spark. I would say, I'm just gonna make a guess, this wire looks thicker. This is probably your battery positive. One of these needs to have power is my point. So. Oh, yeah, there it is. So I went ahead and made up a wire. The one that went to the negative that went to the points is destroyed. So I made one connect to the negative side of the coil. We have key on power, and I cleaned off the points with sandpaper. So let's see if it pops now. Go ahead and crank it, Bailey. Yeah, I saw it. Do it again. Yeah, it's popping. Bailey's cleaning up the spark plugs, and I'm going to figure out the ignition because I don't know what the firing order is on these 390s, and I also got to see where top dead center number 1 is and what way the distributor is actually turning. Counterclockwise. You do see the firing order?
Yeah.
Where?
Right here, 5, 3, 1, 6, 7.
Well, I was looking it up on the internet, and Bailey found it on the back of the intake. I was looking for it right here, but these are just like casting numbers or something because it starts with a letter. But there, it says it right there, right in plain view. I didn't even see it. Firing order 15, 42, 63, 78. Oh, it says it right on the distributor cap. Nice. 1542.
Yeah, 1542.
So 15. So this is 5. So that's the third one back. 6. So that would be over here. 5426.
378.
That should be the rear one.
Got it.
I took the feed line that went from the tank to the fuel pump off and then rerouted it into our external gas cam because you don't want bad gas being pulled from the tank anyway. And we're just going to test to see if this fuel pump works, if we can use it. I mean, if not, we can always just use an electric fuel pump, but we just want to see if this works because if it does, it'll kind of make our lives a little easier. Oh, hold on. I feel it. I can feel air coming out.
All right, good.
Go ahead, crank it a little bit. Oh, there it is. And I'll get you a line wrench.
I did smell bad gas in the line, maybe.
Hold on. Let me get a Folgers can and let's crank it. See that? Alright. Yeah, we got a dead battery. Alright. It's better now.
I'm gonna throw a charger on this.
Yeah. We were able to pump all the old bad gas out of the lines, hooked it up to the carburetor, and everything on the carburetor seems to be free, you know? I mean, oops. No, not that. Yeah. The accelerator seems to be free. Everything seems to be working. So, I mean, we'll go ahead and we'll give it a shot. Go ahead and crank it. It's getting gas. It's leaking.
Wake up!
Alright. Try it again.
Yeah, we got a flame. We got a fire extinguisher.
That's alright.
Put my glove over it.
It's alright. Wait a minute. Just trying to get the... There you go. I think we figured out our mistake. So, you know, my knowledge is all small block Chevy. Okay, I know. Sorry. On a small block, it's 1357 2468. But from apparently what I've learned, Ford is 1234 5678. So I had it right in my head, but for the wrong vehicle. So we're going to switch these around. Give it a shot now. Hold on. Did I turn the key off? Crank it. Hold on. Crank it. Okay. Getting spark down to the spark plugs. Or we flooded it. Yeah. Yep. Accelerator pump's working. We're getting fuel now. Man, that is so weird. With that kind of compression, I don't understand. Unless I'm flooding it, I don't know. Okay, so I've been sitting here thinking about what the issue could be. This thing should fire right up. I mean, we got timing right, we got on the plugs where they should be, compression's good, but it's not going anywhere. Why? So I took the number one plug out, turned it over to top dead center to see if they had the distributor 180 out. They didn't. It was pointing to number one. Said, okay, we have spark, we have compression. What is the deal? And I think I figured out what the problem is. When I took the plugs out and cranked it over, it was just pouring gas out of the cylinders. Look at this. It's just absolutely flooding the engine with gas. I mean, it's flooding it so bad it can't even start. So we're gonna have to take this carburetor off and you know, fix it, get the floats back where they should be. Something is misadjusted in there. I was doing some digging online, and those can overflow if the float level is incorrect. I took this needle and seat out, and I put an O-ring on here, but the old O-ring was trashed, and there could have been fuel getting by that old O-ring. So actually O'Reilly had a Edelbrock version of Holley's needle and seat, and it goes down in here. It just like plugs down in here and screws down. So I put it in there and I screwed it down. And it's not flooding it now. So I don't know if I have the float adjusted perfectly right, because you're supposed to adjust them when the vehicle is running, which obviously hasn't ran yet, so whatever. I hope it's good enough to get it to go at least, and then we can adjust it when it's running. Look at that, just like friggin' night and day. Night and day. Whoa. Yeah, we're not getting any gas. Doing the same thing. Pumping fuel straight into it. Well, we did hear it run, and we know it will run, but I think we're just gonna have to pick this up tomorrow, this adjustment thing. So, see you guys in the morning. So I took the carburetor off, took it all apart. It's already back together now. I just, you know, it was a bunch of tedious work taking the float housing off, and then this housing where all the circuits are right here. I blew everything out, you know, brake clean, air pressure, check the floats, check the needle and seat, check the power valve, which is a problem on these. All these have like a power valve problem where if it backfires, it typically blows the power valve out. It's a vacuum operated diaphragm, almost looks like an accelerator pump, and it kind of meters in fuel based on how much you're accelerating it or not. It'll change how much fuel is going in, and the power valve was fine. The only thing that I really saw was that the vent was plugged up. So the vent right here to the atmosphere got down in there, it was plugged solid. So I don't know if that could be a problem with it, I don't know, overfilling the boosters and pouring it in, but I checked every single circuit, blew them all out. We'll put the carburetor back on, and I didn't break any gaskets, you know, so that was good. Didn't want to break anything. So the only thing to do is put it on and see if it'll run.
Yeah, it is a ways in here, that's for sure. Get it finger tight as much as we can. While you're right there, you want to give these.
We got the carburetor put back on. I took all the plugs out because if there's a lot of gas in these cylinders, I want to crank it and push out whatever excess gas is going to come out. And I want to crank it and look down in here and make sure that there's not gas pouring down in there. See that gas just coming right out of there? It's just full. Accelerator pump's working. Oh, all right. Go ahead and turn the key on. I think we're ready to give this thing a fire. The accelerator pump's working, so I don't think we'll spray anything down it. We'll just try it like that. Yep. All right, here goes nothing. Go ahead and give her a crank. at that. We're gonna have to put the valve covers on it. She's alive though. Look at that. Oil pressure. Let's see if it's charging. Oh, it's charging. 13.9, man. That's a good one. That's good. Wow. Beautiful. Did anything come out the tailpipe? Nothing crazy. That's awesome. That's a good truck right there. Yeah. Let's see if it starts up again on its own accord. There you go. Heck yeah. I knew it was gonna run, this stupid carburetor. I told you, I knew I'd get you.
Conquered.
I knew I'd get you. You thought it was gonna win. Nope. She's not leaking in, we must have fixed it. Whatever we did, cleaning it out. All right, accelerator pump. Oh yeah. We're continuing on with the process. Got Bailey cleaning out some of the stuff in here. What's that, a turd?
Look at that turd, literally. Wow.
Holy crap, that's huge. Actually, that's probably something that a rat brought in here instead of did himself.
Yeah. The reason I'm not using a broom is because these Choyas keep sticking to the bristles on the broom, so I'm just getting the big stuff and then I'll come out later with the vacuum.
Yeah. Because you can't even sit in here. You think, oh, it doesn't look...
on this one.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad when you look at it, but the whole seat...
Yeah,
the whole
if you
seat...
look close to these, you don't want to be sitting on those.
No, you will feel that so fast immediately. And then what I'm going to do is try and sew this up by putting the valve covers back on, tighten them down, and then let's see, what was I going to do after that? Oh yeah, we definitely need to do an oil change on this thing because all that gas that was washing down in those cylinders got in the oil. I could tell. I pulled the dipstick out earlier and there was, it was over full, so there's gas down in there. So we'll drain that out, put fresh oil in it. Ow! Oh my gosh. I can tell this oil is going to go everywhere because it's right on top of the frame. Perfect. They could have done that a little bit better, honestly. Oil pan is barely big enough. See how thin it is, all that gas that got in there? Wow, it was way over full with gas. That's crazy. Wow. So I went ahead and finished up the oil change on it, put a new oil filter on it, micro guard, capped off the heater hose lines. One of them was busted up here close to the heater core anyway. Fill it with water and we'll see if it leaks anywhere. This is the last thing I'm going to do today. Put water in it and let it sit overnight, see if it's dripping anywhere, and we can continue on tomorrow with, oh, is it full already? It didn't take too much. There was water down in there for sure. We can continue on with our process of elimination. Hopefully get it to run on its own tank, you know, back there. Haven't looked down in there yet. And I'm kind of hoping that we can bleed the brakes without taking everything apart. There's actually traces of some fluid down in there. 20 years is like maybe on the cusp of being able to put fluid in it and try and bleeding them and see, but that's a crapshoot. We'll try that. Because if we drive, we got to be able to stop. Everything is looking all good on the western front. I like to see that, no drips. Hoses are actually somewhat pliable, so not bad, might be able to get away with those. So we'll be back tomorrow to continue working on this 1974 3/4 ton one owner beauty of a truck. So I came out here the next morning and the first thing I did was shove my borescope down in the tank, and the tank was empty, which is a good thing, but I saw like all these flakes of rust at the bottom, which I typically do see, but you know, I don't know. I might just try and use it anyway. After looking down in the tank, the good news is there's no gas in there. A little crud down at the bottom, but if we put enough gas in there and maybe put a fuel filter in line, might be able to outrun what's in the bottom. I want to get under here and see exactly what's going on with these two tanks. Because, let's see, I don't even know. We probably just want to hook up one tank at a time. I want to know where the fuel line is coming from the front. Yeah, the line's plugged, I'm pretty sure. Look at the crap coming out. It's like...
Okay, dude, so it's coming out now, then you press the air. Hang on a second. I'm going to tighten that back, but if you blow through the line this way, then we'll be good.
Is it, there's more flow?
Yeah, you just shot it into the truck a little bit once I loosened that line.
Once you lifted what line?
I loosened the line.
In the truck?
Yes.
That valve thing?
Just the fuel line.
What'd you do?
Shot the, what was that? But anyway, I loosened this fuel line, and then if we blow through this direction back down, it should kind of get some of that crap out.
Hold on, loosen that up. Like, take it off.
But as soon as you shoot air, it's going to shoot gas.
If it's free all the way there, then that means the plug is in the tank. Alright, I'm gonna go kind of like light.
Yeah. Yep. That line's Alright.
There's a lot of stuff coming out?
Yeah. He blasted me.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
Actually...
Yeah, that line is clear.
Here. Why am I hearing that noise? Like a bottoming out. Maybe it curves. Maybe that's why. Let's shove some air through it and see if it's plugged up. See? It's like totally friggin'. Why is it bottoming out all hard like that? Unless the line turns or something. put that wire through there again. Pretty sure we got the line free. We can blow through it, or actually, we hooked the metal line back up to the tank, blew through it, and there's air coming out the neck. So we'll put 5-6 gallons in it. Hopefully it dilutes and, you know, spreads out the sediment in there. So we'll put a fuel filter in it and run it. All right, go ahead and go ahead and hit the brakes. Yeah.
Hey, there's good pedal on this.
Yeah, if I go over there and like bleed them, we'll probably have brakes. So.
Feels pretty good.
Does it? You have pedal?
Yeah, I got pedal.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We might. I mean, it'll help to lead them, but we might have stop right now. Might be able to stop right now.
So we can probably get the brakes to work without having to redo everything, but we're gonna have to switch back to the jerry can because I took the sending unit out, and I didn't notice this with the borescope. I already wasted 5 gallons in this tank, but look at that. It's rusted all the way up to the top. We're still not pulling fuel up. We just need a new tank, really, is the answer. And if you look at this friggin' sending unit, what did I do with it? Where did I put that thing?
Oh, it's on the ground.
Look at this sending unit. The friggin' float is completely gone. Like that was the float, the brass float, and it's stuck. Now it's not, but you can't reuse that float, so we're just gonna have to put an external tank on it to be done with it for now. So we just got through bleeding all the brakes, and surprisingly, all the brakes bled. Every single bleeder was plugged up with crap, but after I shoved a wire through it and unplugged them, they all bled. Master cylinder seems to be working. We got good pedal. Right now Bailey's airing up the tires, and then after we air the tires up and get the correct pressure in them, we're gonna try and take this thing on its first test drive. I think it's ready. I think we're about as far as we can get. Time to crank it up and go for a run. We're trying to figure out the shift pattern. We don't actually know. Wait a minute. I don't know if the return spring is on it. Hold on. See if the brakes work. They do? Alright. Wow. Alright. That's cool. That was a little easy. I don't hear the gears grinding. It means the synchros are good.
Feels good, sounds good.
Yeah. Keep it going.
It might be out of gas.
Nah, not a gallon already. Sheesh.
Hey dude, I think the thing's on fire.
What's on fire? What's on fire?
Over here.
Get that. Is that fire extinguisher? Ah.
Let's try and start it and go.
No, we can't. It's not gonna start. Stand.
There you go. We'll see.
I've got a lot of pressure. I'm not in a big hurry, so I gotta make it spin around, you know what I mean?
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's so much rat's nest built up under there. The exhaust started on fire. Oh, we got lucky.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
Fire extinguisher is 20 years old and empty, so.
That's fucking boring. I got one of them too, but the other guy
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Man. Keep spraying it so you can't hear that frickin' sizzle.
Not ideal. Dude, that was a panic situation. I really thought we were gonna film this thing burning down. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run to that house, see if I can get anybody to give us a hose. I think we're good.
So the nice gentleman that lent us a hose from this house, he's taking Bailey back to his truck because we don't even want to try and start this thing and drive it home and risk breaking down, catching fire, and not having a hose. So Bailey's going to come back with his truck, and then we're going to tow this thing home.
We're going with that.
What's up?
We're going with that.
All right. Thank God for that neighbor. Very much appreciate him.
Power wash 20 years of oil and dirt and grime out of this place.
Look at all that. Whole bushel of thorns and thistles and turds and fluff from, I don't know what that's from. Not from the seat, some kind of upholstery or from something. So we put the truck on the trailer because we were driving down to Rita, which is the lady we bought it from. So when we bought the truck, she said, if you guys ever get it running again, I just want to go for one more ride in it. Just take me down to the stop sign at least and back. That's all I want. So, but she didn't have the title at the time we got the truck. She had to file for it and get it in the mail and whatnot. So she got the title, and she thinks that Bailey's just coming to get the title, and that we're going to be asking her a few questions about the truck for the video. So she doesn't actually know that we're taking the truck down there and that it runs, and she doesn't know she's going for a ride in it.
Yeah.
So it'll be a nice surprise for her.
Excited.
Yeah, she'll be excited. Then we got Bailey's little dog Leo. He's just hanging out.
He's my rider. He's always hanging out, just chilling. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna grab her cane.
Okay.
Well, we wanted to. Oh, right. This is the title for the truck. Cool. Great. Yeah, we just want to talk to you a little bit more about the truck, but first I wanted to show you something. So if you want to follow me, I want to put my arm out for you. You can.
Oh, okay.
You can walk down the stairs.
Let me get down the stairs first. Have you guys done some stuff on it already?
We've been working on it.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah. All right. My arm's right here to your right.
Okay.
Here. Let's go like that.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Travis and I have a little bit of a surprise for you. We got the truck running.
Already? Oh my god.
And we're gonna take you on a ride.
Oh my god.
The truck is right here in front of you if you want to take a look and take a feel.
You're right there. There you go. It's
okay.
You should be able to open the door.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Before you get in, I want you to hear the truck run. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. Isn't that neat?
Best sound in the world. Oh my god.
Does it sound like how you remember it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we'll help you in and then we'll go on a ride. You got it?
I'm good.
All right, she's got this.
She got it.
She's totally good, she said. I like that.
jump in the back.
Okay, no, you're in the front.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
It's been 20 years.
Oh man. They're still so good. Sounds good. Sounds very good. Are they actual cherry bombs on it? Cause
Yeah, they are. There are 2 cherry bombs. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's why it sounds like that.
yeah.
We were wondering.
Yeah.
You learned how to drive on this?
Yeah. Yeah, I learned how to drive on this. It's got a lot more history. I didn't even get to tell you guys, but yeah, Dad did a bunch of stuff to it. He shortened the wheelbase so you could turn tighter. Oh, sweet. You can tell the whole thing's solid.
Oh, it is solid.
So what all did you do to the engine? Did you have it machined or you just...
No, there were some pieces in there that were bent, like you said.
Yeah.
There was something that was misplaced inside the motor that I had to basically fish out and put back in, and there was some other there was issues with it, with the fuel system and whatnot.
You just had to flush it all out and everything.
Yeah, had to flush it all out. I did have to take some of the motor apart in order to fix it.
After we got all the rats and the rat's nest.
I know, that was the biggest part.
Oh my goodness,
terrible.
We just kept getting stung all week.
I am sorry.
No, don't be sorry, it was part of the fun.
Benadryl, right?
Yeah.
Tetanus shot and Benadryl. Oh man, thank you guys. Thank you for letting me hear it again and
Oh, of
ride
course.
into it.
Of course.
This is too fun.
So I'm very happy with the result. But I think you guys would agree with me that there's one thing that has been missing from this video in particular, and that would be Dad. So Dad and me actually have to go to San Diego, pick up some more gas pumps. You guys know, as much as we like cars, we like gas pumps and gas station memorabilia. We like the whole nine, not just cars, you know. We gotta head out in like the middle of the night to try and beat the heat. So we got a long trek ahead of us. So it's like 3 in the morning, we got the truck cranked up. We're going on another gas pump run. We're going to San Diego to pick up some pumps from a guy who we picked up pumps from previously, the 6 Visibles, if you remember in my previous video. Going back to the same guy, gonna pick up a few more pumps. Not all Visibles this time. A couple Visibles, couple electrics. Let's get headed over there. There's Dad, picking him up. Like a school bus.
We almost forgot our little roller around our little wheels.
The dolly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Getting on the highway, it'll be about 400 miles to San Diego. Should be there at about 10 a.m. So we've gone about 230 miles. We just stopped in Yuma, filling up. So far we're at 21 gallons. I'll have to do the calculation on that. Let me fill this up more. All the way. That's 10.9 miles to the gallon, but the reason it's that low is because we're hauling this trailer. The flatbed's a little easier because it's streamlined. There's no, like, it's all flat. But the enclosed trailer is just a big wind catch, so.
Barn door.
Yeah, it's a big barn door, so your mileage suffers a lot, even unloaded. We went across a farm that was on the side of the road, and passing that farm, a bunch of bugs hit the windshield. Right here at the California border, Yuma's right at the California border.
You tell us we had to turn back around?
Yeah, we had to turn back around to get gas because we missed the exit, and then we didn't want to get gas in California because it's obviously more expensive. So we had to turn back around at the California state line to come back and get gas. See, gas is $3.49 here, credit. That's the credit price. I'll see what it is in California. I don't even know what the price is. I just know it's going to be higher. Okay, so before we load these up, because we got a long drive back, 400 miles here, 400 miles home. So this is a national pump, and this one's neat because it's got the keys, and you can see it's got the state of California agricultural sticker they had to put every year to guarantee that it was measuring correctly. They had to certify them every single year. This one, we have globes for all of them. They're just over there. I don't remember, this is a national 305. So this is a national 305. This one's all complete. I think this one's got the guts in it. This one, I believe, is a GMB. This is a tin punched add glass. Usually it's glass, but this is tin punched, so the light shines through those little slits. Very cool patina. Love this pump. Let's see. Gilbert and Barker. Yeah, model 70. So it's got the handle, it's got a hose, it's got the Visi-Gauge. Really, really neat pump. And then here we have, let's see, this one, I think this one is a GMB also. Visible, original glass. Glass has a crack in it, he said, but original glass, not a big deal. Got a white hose, has a handle on the other side. Love this. This is a beautiful pump. Love the patina on this. Great pump to put outside. This is just wicked cool. And then this is a Wayne 515. This is also from, you know, the 20s. Got a white hose, branded Texaco. Has a, I believe, a period correct handle, I think. Does not look like a new handle. Like the green patina, very cool pump. It's got the pricers in it, or I'm sorry, it's got the gallon markers in it, which is cool. Oh, this one is an acrylic cylinder. See, see this one. Oh, you can see it's got a hole right there. But this is the original glass. And then this one right here is probably my favorite pump we're picking up today. This is an Erie clock face pump. Gosh, this one's got such a good look. Look at that. Clock face. What beautiful lines. I mean, look, this is from the 30s. So this is very Art Deco. You can see the lines here and the clock part of it. It's just so cool. Turn hands back to 0 before delivery. Red hand shows total gallons. Very cool pump. And you can see Texaco and that swiping lettering. It's really cool, really cool. You come to the other side, you can see, yeah, 2 hands. So the hand would go across when you're pumping. When you got all the way around, this would go to like 1, 2, 3, you know. So it's like a clock. Really neat. And then while we were here, I struck a deal on this pump right here. Was not planning on getting this, but I already have 2 of these at my house that I display out front. You guys have seen in the background. But this is a Bennett 700 series pump. I just bought this for $1,500, which is a good deal. This is the data tag. I mean, you'd have to take the paint off, but this is a Bennett 700 series pump. Maybe it's a 656 or 766, I'm not sure, but that's what it is. And I got the Texaco globe with it, globes with all the pumps. This is where the gas would go through when you're pumping it. This would spin. It's like a VisiGauge. So let's get these loaded.
Satisfied with the way this is?
Yeah, I just put the bolts in to keep them from sliding off.
Let's go ahead and pull these out, throw them on the ground. Man, that thing is nice.
I'm not gonna stand it up.
I think you can. I think it was stand.
Okay.
All right.
So like,
With that other one? Is this one from out here? Watch the top.
let's go. Everybody hold. Just made it.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Just stopped for gas again at literally the same pump in Yuma when we were on our way there. Engine's a little warm, so I'm gonna pour some water on the fins of the radiator to cool it off while I'm pumping here. Wait a minute, it's hot.
It's hot.
I mean, that, Now we're back to stat temp. Much better. If I calculate how far it was from this pump to Tom's and back to this pump, I can figure out how many miles we drove versus how much fuel it sucked up, which was a lot. I'm pretty sure we're getting worse mileage on the way back. I'm gonna guess 9, so we'll see what it does. Temperature is real good, real good. So it took 23 gallons. We drove 295 miles between fill-ups. That's 12.8 miles to the gallon, which is actually better, but I think we were coming more downhill here than we were there, so maybe that helped us a little bit. But I'll show you something kind of funny. If you look at this gas pump, it says Wayne. We just picked up a few Wayne gas pumps. They're 60 years old, but Wayne is still making pumps, and so is Gilbarco Veeder-Root. We just hit Yuma. Had to stop in this McDonald's and fill up our waters. Maybe get a little ice cream or something. Just cool off a little bit, man. It's just wicked hot.
McDonald's mocha frappies.
Can't beat them.
Can't beat them.
They're pretty good.
They're good.
They're tasty.
They're tasty.
And for the prices that are out there, I mean, it's pretty reasonable.
$3.50 a piece.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, $3.50 is not bad for. I mean, you go to Dutch Bros or Starbucks, it's like $6-7 for a drink.
Yeah, you're good.
So it's been a few days and we got these pumps home and we've got them unloaded, and I didn't want to unload these just because I was kind of waiting to sell them. You know, I want them to go from this trailer to somebody's truck or something just because they're so heavy. And the reasons these ones are so heavy is because they have the guts in them. It's got all the internals down there, the pump mechanism. This one still has diesel dripping underneath it. Had to put a bag on the pipe. This one's very complete too, so I'll just tell you what we're asking for these in case somebody wants them, you know, because we buy them and then we keep some and then we sell some, you know. I have 2 of these already stood up over there on that shed, just like this. It's a Bennett 700 series. They all light up, by the way, so they all come with globes, they all light up, they're all ready to stand. When I say ready to stand, I mean you could display it and light it up and the pump is complete. I don't mean ready to stand like it's restored. Obviously this is how it's going to be sold, because just as many people like them restored is just as many like them like this. I like them like this. This one asking $2,500 on it. The National 305. This one is very complete also. This one, the friggin' hand crank works, and the bell. This one's really cool. Comes with the original keys. Also has the guts in it. Has the Sinclair globe. Very complete, very solid, very rust free, solid base. All of these are solid pumps. Asking $2,300 on that guy right there. Here's the data plate. It says National 305N, and this is where we put the majority of the other ones. This one right here is my favorite, and if I could keep any out of the bunch, I would keep this one. I love, this is like the perfect pump. This is a perfect patina, the Texaco ghost letters, the Erie right here, the way these Art Deco, this is just, wow, right up my alley. But I think we are gonna sell this one right here. This one's steel housing with glass inserts there, high power gasoline. So this one we're asking $4,400. Just because it's a clock face, it's rare, it's early 30s. These Visi-gauges, these are worth, maybe these Visi-gauges are range between $700 to $1,500 depending on which kind of Visi-gauge you get, how rare it is or what's the spinner in there. But yeah, clock faces are hard to come by, especially these this early. So that's what we're asking on that one. This is a Wayne 515 visible. Again, super strong base, no rot, no rust, just cool, aged. It's got an acrylic cylinder, comes with everything, lights up, globe, $3,500 on this guy right here. This is a GMB visible, has a little bit of surface rust down at like the very bottom base right there, if you can see that. But the base is solid, just some of the skin has a little bit of, little bit of tinging in there, but not a lot. So we're asking $3,000 on this guy. It's got a cool patina. Really like this pump. This pump is another interesting pump. This is a Wayne 100A. This is a cool pump. This got a neat patina. This one does not have the lower pump internals, which is just easier to move around for weight. The cool thing is the Wayne 100s are just straight on both sides, so they'll boom and boom. But the Wayne 100A has this drum that moves back and forth, so you could pull it to either side of the island, pull the hose to either side of the island. So that is what makes this pump a little bit more rare and intriguing. Again, this one all lights up and everything, the face and the add glass regular. And this one has also got a station lighter, really rare. Station lighters are about $1,000 and up if you get them complete like this with the porcelain topper. So we're asking 35 on this pump. This one is a G&B Model 70. This one also comes with its VisiGauge, lights up and everything. Cool patina on this one, really cool, like the paint crazing right there. Super neat pump. This one we're asking 25 for. And then Dad picked this one up. This one was a onesie found on Craigslist, I think. Went and picked it up. This one was just all by its lonesome. Some family had it, asking $2,800 on this one. This one was older restoration, but man, it shows really well. Still got a lot of good gloss on it. It's got its globe. This one's really ornate with the way it's painted and the roar with Gilmore. This is not a sticker. This is like a, I don't know, this is like thick. This is a really, really good, well done graphic, well done paint. This is the kind of pump you would put in a business, you would put in your living room, something like that. That's what that pump's for. So if you're interested in any of the gas pumps we have, send me an email. My email is right here. My email is also in the description of the video. I appreciate you guys viewing the videos, watching them. Make sure you're subscribed. Maybe half or less of the people that watch the videos are subscribed to the channel. Appreciate your guys' feedback in the comments. Always trying to make my videos better. Always doing the best I can with editing to try and keep the videos engaging. You know, so they're not boring and repetitive. So let me know how I'm doing with that. What should I include more? What should I include less of? What do you guys like to see? You know, I don't know. Just give me some feedback. As I think the next video we might pop back to the 62 Cadillac and do some more work on it. We still haven't got it to drive yet, which I think where we ended off in the last video, we didn't actually get it to drive. So next video will be the process of trying to get it on the ground. So very grateful for you all, and we will see you in the next one.